Hi guys, myself and John are back for another unboxing. Right, John, I've had enough historical for now. I know you love it, but I need a little sci-fi in my life.
Alright, fine.
Alright,
Fine.
what we have today is the Secret Weapon 6x6 Rapid Assault Vehicle, or the RAV as we like to call it.
The RAV.
Yeah.
Okay.
It sounds like a nice name for it.
It
Right,
does.
right.
It does.
This is your lower chassis.
That's our lower chassis. That's our 6 wheel stations, because this is a 6x6, as stated on the bag.
It actually looks like all 6 wheel parts will
turn.
articulate whenever this thing would actually be in motion, so it would be very maneuverable.
2 crew hatches at the back, because it's sort of playing the part as a light armored vehicle, which is LAV, coupled with an armored personnel carrier, coupled with an infantry fighting vehicle.
Yeah, so basically, whatever flavor you want of this, you can have.
Pretty much. Right, so that's our lower hull. There's not much to that.
We've then got the 2 side components where your wheels and stuff will attach onto.
Yep, so this will be where your wheel stations will go, where your tires will eventually be glued on. A little bit of trimming here and there to make this fit correctly to the bottom of the hull.
There are some big vents that you're going to need maybe a razor saw or something just to get off cleanly, and this is quite a hard resin as well, so I wouldn't take the clippers to this. You might get it in your eye. And
you might break your clippers.
Very true.
Yeah.
Right, so the
wheels. We have tires. We have 6 of these, funnily enough.
Yeah, so half a dozen wheels. And the detail on those is quite nice.
It's very bulky and chunky grip. I like the sort of...
Yeah.
It's kind of like a vehicle you could see maybe in the Arctic or somewhere in soft ground. Maybe would be cool.
You see, I just keep remembering. I look at this thing and I think, you know the wagon they had in Aliens? Imagine a previous generation of that is what this feels like to me, an earlier version of the APC/armored vehicle they had in that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the detail's really nice. Now, vents on the back.
Yes.
You will need a little bit of work to get these off properly.
Be careful with those and make sure you trim them nice and flat, otherwise the tires aren't going to sit correctly.
Yes, but they are on the inside, so you can afford to be maybe slightly more brutal with it.
Yep.
Just to get it to fit perfectly. You know, I wouldn't worry, you won't see it. Next up, top of the hull.
Upper hull. Lots of detail going on here.
Ridiculous amounts of detail.
Lots of stuff going on here. We have a front weapon mount. We have 2 crew hatches. We have the vents where the engines are going to be. We have the pioneering tools on either side. We have a gun cleaning kit that we assume that's what a gun cleaning kit is. We also have crew hatches on either side, 1 on the back. We also have weapon stations on either side as well.
Disengage the Ventura voice.
Want me to rewind? No? Okay.
No, but no, it's chock full of detail. My favourite part, you see these 2 big bullhorns on the front of it?
You want bullhorns on your bullhorns?
No. What I can imagine is this having a big-ass dozer blade attached to the front.
Or some sort of mine-clearing device, maybe?
Oh, were you thinking maybe one of the crabs?
Flail. Yeah, big crab flail.
Yeah, that would look cool on this. You know, but chock full of detail, really sci-fi, and it actually looks as if it would work.
It does look like a feasible vehicle, and that's what I like about sci-fi stuff, because you see some sci-fi things and you go, why? Where's there's no practicality in that design.
Yeah.
It looks brilliant, it looks awesome.
But it's absolutely ridiculous, insane, and would never work.
Yes, exactly. There's a lot of tank designs out there like that, actually, real and fake. Anyway, yes, so we have our little crew hatches. This is what makes this an infantry fighting vehicle,
right?
Is these weapon stations.
Okay, so basically you've got hatches on the other side where someone can poke their head up. You've got little gun ports there as well.
Yep.
And everybody can be out shooting from those and fighting away. Okay.
At a glance, let's play Know Your Vehicle.
Okay.
At a glance. An APC is Armored Personnel Carrier. APC may have a weapon on board in a small turret or in a cupola for the commander to use, but it will not have any way for the infantry inside to fire from the vehicle while still in protection of the vehicle. Okay,
so I have 2 words for you. Battle bus.
Battle bus.
I'm getting you from A to B, and I've got a heavy machine gun on top to actually give you a little support once we get there, let you get into cover.
Yep. The next vehicle class that this sort of ties in with is the LAV, which is Light Armored Vehicle.
Okay.
The Canadians use these, the French use these, the Germans are getting there, and Americans are getting there with Striker, which is basically a 6-wheel or 8-wheel vehicle that will mount a larger cannon on it or a larger gun on it.
Yeah.
Primarily used for engaging light armored vehicles or anything like that.
Yeah.
Will generally not have troop carrying capacity. Some of them do.
Okay.
But not necessarily. They still act as an independent
unit. I'll assume
that
even if they do have troop carrying capacity, it's kind of a trade-off.
Yeah, it's a trade-off for gun over storage. compartment, basically. And then you have your last class of vehicle, which is infantry fighting vehicle. This vehicle encompasses the LAV and the infantry fighting vehicle. It has a turret with a big gun. You can put big guns on it.
Yeah, we
and
have
the infantry,
heavy metal.
And the infantry can fire from its positions as well, while still in protection of the vehicle.
Turret.
See, you thought I couldn't wax lyrical.
Damn it.
You will never escape. So this is our turret, which has got some class little designs and details in there. Quite German-esque, we're going to say, because of the shape of the cupola with all those little periscopes.
Yeah, it looks like a Sci-Fi Panther cupola.
It does a little bit, and then we have these side hatches, which are very reminiscent of Panzer III and Panzer IV.
Yeah, although the little box on the front with the X on it. What is that?
This is a sci-fi vehicle, Justin. It doesn't have any rules in anything. It can be anything you really want it to be.
All right, I'm going to say it's a tow missile.
Well, I'm going to say that it's a little flag that pops out and says boom. And I'm going to model one of these like that.
You've been watching too much Batman. This is not the Joker's vehicle. This is too serious a vehicle for the Joker.
I wasn't watching Batman. I was watching classic Looney Tunes.
Oh.
There you go.
Well, it's too serious for Bugs Bunny.
You mind if I continue talking tank here?
Go on ahead.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah, so excellent detail throughout. This resin is slightly different to the stuff on the hull. It looks and feels a little sharper than the main body of the vehicle.
Yeah.
But yeah, plenty of detail to play with. Plenty of I don't know. Well, there's plenty of stuff you can get stuck into with weathering powders for sure.
Although, what's this on the back, Mr. Smarty Pants?
It's an NBC filter.
I was going to say it's another gun cleaning kit because there's a clasp on the end.
It's clearly replaceable. It's a replaceable NBC filter. Do you know nothing? Have my years of tutorials and rants
Tutorial? You mean torture?
Yes. Has that not sunk into your head at all?
No. Anyway.
Get the guns out.
The last bit.
Oh, that bit.
Is something of an air filter for the back end of
Bigger NBC filter. This is probably an exhaust, let's be fair.
Yeah.
It's probably an exhaust.
To here, which, like we were saying earlier, this is where you're seeing those bigger resin vents.
Yes,
or the
and
gates
it's going to
cut off.
Going to take a lot more cleaning, and you have to take a lot of attention with that. It's even on the back of this part as well. You'll need to tidy up and make sure it's okay.
Yeah, so get the dust mask out, get a bit of sandpaper, and get to work, is the way we would put it.
Yep.
Right. Metal.
Metal. You can't kill the metal.
I could have hit you over the head with this bag.
Metal will live on.
All right, so pick a gun. Any gun.
Pick a gun, any gun. Well, it's going to be that first, because that's our tank cannon.
Yeah, so that's a main battle tank cannon of some sort.
Yes, really big gun. Let's see if we can fit all these in shot, actually, because the size comparisons are quite interesting.
We've got a shorter.
We have a shorter...
Which has to go around the other side.
We have a shorter Demolisher-esque kind of gun.
Yep.
We then have...
a plasma caster of some form or description.
A plasma werfer.
Plasma werfer.
Yeah. It's a plasma thrower.
All right. I will assume this is something of flamey goodness.
Giant...
And burny death.
Giant inferno napalm projector.
Napalm projector, let's call it. Okay, next up.
Quad gun.
A quad gun.
With like lots of little guns. Well, obviously 4 little guns.
Yes, 4 barrels. We then have... Now, I know you're going to disagree with me on this, but I'm going to say this, I think, would be a twin-linked energy blaster of some sort.
I was going to say it's more reminiscent of modern weapons like the 30mm, what is it called? Bushmaster cannon or something like that you see on the Bradley fighting vehicles and stuff.
Might be.
Those twinned up would be quite cool.
Yeah, it could be quite deadly. All right, so let's move those out of the way because we're out of space. Our last weapon is 4 guns together.
What looks like 4 little machine guns or something like that.
Yeah. I'd say these would put out a punishing amount of firepower.
I think that would be the idea, certainly. If you have 4 machine guns and you're wanting to do that, you're going to make...
you're going to make a mess.
Yeah, whoever's at the other end of that is going to have a very bad day.
Yep. Then we have our 2 little hull-mounted...
Yep, so you bring the hull back in.
So bring the hull back in. Yoink. So first up...
We have a machine gun, I would say that is.
Yes. I would say nice, simple, heavy machine gun. And then we actually disagree on this one. You believe this is some form of flamethrower.
This is another napalm projector, yes.
Yes. I would say it's a headlight.
You're gonna...
Just to confuse him, it's fine, I'm joking.
I'm not playing your games. I'm not playing your games. This is an napalm projector.
Alright, fair enough. So, do we have one of these built?
Yes, we do.
Get it out?
Shall I? Don't
Yes,
tell me to get it out.
Oi, family show.
Since when?
Since right now.
Right, here we go. So yeah, it's quite a sizable thing, isn't it?
Yeah, it's quite a little beast.
I like it.
Yeah.
I do. I really do.
Yeah.
I really want to try, if I'm going to paint this thing,
Yeah.
I really want to use Anarchy Models stencils on it.
Ah.
I want to get like a digital pattern or something like that onto it.
Yeah.
Or, you know, be a real idiot with it and get the flame template, the flame stencils, and do urban camouflaged flamed stencils.
Urban camouflage flame stencils.
It might be interesting. It might be completely rubbish, but you know.
It could be. But I mean, like, once you see all those lovely details that you've seen to begin with coming together, and then it's all in one big, meaty lump of a vehicle, it looks really deadly.
It does, yeah.
And it looks functional.
And it has what you like about models. It has weight and it has presence.
Yes, exactly.
It certainly has presence.
Yes,
And
you know, if this is set down in front of me across the gaming table and it's saying, all right, I'm going to count this as X, Y, Z. Okay, you've got the options there. Go for it. I can tell what it is. It looks WYSIWYG.
Yep, and it's very easy to magnetize as well because the way the weapons are.
Yeah, you have those big
you just
flat blocks.
stick a magnet on the back of that and stick one on the inside of the turret.
Yeah, because it has the big slot here. So literally, it's just pop it in, and that. I was going to say that sits quite well on its own, but
they
no.
don't quite. I mean, you're still working with resin, so the stuff is going to be a bit.
Yeah,
you know, the tolerance is a bit loose.
That's not bad.
No.
You know, I would say you could easily magnetize that and the optional napalm caster and your machine gun at the front.
Yes, the bullet thrower.
Bullet thrower. Really, you're gonna call it a bullet thrower?
Yes.
Okay. Well, that is the interesting thing with humanity. Our most advanced way to kill each other is just to throw a really, really techie rock at each other.
He really likes this line.
I do.
He says it a lot.
I like
Every
it.
time I say there's a new weapon coming out, he just says, it's just another way, it's another more technically advanced way to throw rocks at each other. He may be
Am I
right.
or wrong?
He may be right, but he infuriates me by saying it all the time.
You can tell we're best friends, eh?
I'm going to throw this at you and see how heavy it is.
Yep. All right, anyway, guys, myself and John are going to move on here. Hopefully you enjoyed that video. Hopefully you enjoyed that look at the RAV, as we've named it. We'll move on here. We'll see what else we can find, and we'll see you again in the next video.